The star witness House Republicans are using to come after Hunter Biden and Joe Biden is apparently connected to his own shady business. Now, this is according to a new report in the Daily Beast. The high-profile investor Tony Bobulinski is apparently linked to a Russian billionaire named Viktor Vekselberg, a Ukrainian-born energy magnate who has been a longtime close ally of Vladimir Putin. Why is it always an energy magnate? Why? Well, now, this is funny because House Republicans are looking into Hunter Biden's business deals, Burisma, Ukraine, and now, of course, China. So far, they don't have any evidence that any of the money that went to Hunter Biden ultimately flowed to Joe Biden in the form of influence peddling or bribes or anything like that. Still haven't found any evidence of that. But Tony Bobulinski, he's the guy. He's the star witness. All right. Now, Bobulinski was just praised earlier this month by Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer, who had talked to ex-Fox News host Lou Dobbs. Here's what he said about Bobulinski. Quote, "Of all the guys that were involved in the Hunter Biden orbit, Tony appears to me to be the one solid guy that tried to do the right thing and was honest." That Tony, very honest guy, just trying to do the right thing and not at all trying to make himself a lot of money. Right. Okay. Now, if you ask any of the other impeachment witnesses, they have actually directly disputed that, and they've also disputed Bobulinski's unproven claims about the Bidens, including a former business partner who had actually characterized Bobulinski's allegations to FBI agents as quote-unquote wishful thinking and unicorns and rainbows. I like that characterization, okay? Oh yeah, total wishful thinking. Tony's making things up again. Unicorns and rainbows, you know what I'm saying? In fact, here's that witness telling the FBI, quote, "F Tony for for taking little pieces of emails or, and not showing the structure of an LLC or taking pieces of a conversation that he recorded. I don't know what's in it for Tony, but that email looks bad." Now, Bobulinski had actually appeared earlier today for a private interview with the House panel looking into the impeachment of President Joe Biden. So we know he's going to be spinning some fanciful tales. Again, probably without evidence. The Daily Beast reported earlier that he's expected to say some of the money from a business deal with a Chinese energy project that involved Hunter Biden made its way to the then vice president. We're talking about Vice President Biden during the Obama administration. Please, if you have receipts, I guess literal receipts in this case, of money, we'd love to see it. Do you have any evidence of that, sir? Now, it is funny that he's talking about the money because I always say, follow the money. I say it all the time, right? You want to find the source of corruption, you follow the money, okay? And that's what Republicans have said that they're claiming to do. Oh, yeah, no, we're following the money. We're following the money. Again, you don't have any evidence that this is at all influence peddling. I mean, what they've claimed before is like, oh, we've got all these Biden business records and transactions and everything. Look at that. Joe Biden gave money to his son to pay off his car payment. And guess what? His son paid him back exactly the amount that he was loaned. That's it. Nailed it. Got him. Influence peddling. Wait a minute. No, it's repayment of a loan. Again, down to the cent. Okay. If there's no interest, no anything on top, just like, oh, you loan me this much money to help me pay off my truck. Now I'm going to pay you back, for you helping me out. Well, there you go. So that's their evidence that they've had so far. Okay. And then, of course, there's the question, see, there's $5 million, there's $20 million. Look at all this money that's floating around. Oh, my God. Must be influence peddling. Where is it? Where's the evidence of that? Where's the evidence that you received money or that Joe Biden received this money and then did things, in return for the people giving him that money. There's no evidence of that. In fact, the evidence that we have shows that it was the opposite here, that Joe Biden was not doing things in the best interest of Burisma, even though his son was on the board. So there's that. Now, I bring up the money thing, though, because it's very interesting, right? It turns out that in 2017, going to Vekselberg, Bobulinski's friend, he reportedly funneled $500,000 to an LLC run by Donald Trump's former attorney and fixer, Michael Cohen. Oh, what a coincidence. Now, supposedly, that money was given to them with the intention of influence peddling, influencing the new administration to allow Russia to occupy parts of eastern Ukraine. Oops. Oh, really? Would you look at that?
Whoopsie.
Oh, that sounds like some influence peddling going on. Now, Vekselberg had actually been sanctioned more than once by U.S. law enforcement in regards to Russia's attempts to influence the 2016 election, of course, using bots and trolls, etc., bot farms and troll farms, and, of course, the nation's aggression towards Ukraine in a literal invasion, okay? But it's weird, though, that Republicans seem to be ignoring Vekselberg's links to Bobulinski, as well as to Trump, again, giving money to his fixer. Now, Trump, by the way, interestingly enough, just recently talked about how he would be content if he wins in a second term to allow Russia to do whatever it wants. Interesting. Very interesting. Gee, I wonder why this, Russian oligarch gave money to Trump. Gee. And it also makes you wonder why Bobulinski is determined to sink Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, using claims that he has been taking foreign bribes in return for favors, when in reality, Trump and Bobulinski, they themselves at least want some of that money. Now, funny enough, a proposal here, which Cohen sent to the White House in January of 2017, contained a plan to gin up suspicions about Hunter Biden's ties to Burisma. Okay, so that's what Rudy Giuliani was looking for. That's what Donald Trump, with his perfect phone call to Zelensky to try to have him open an investigation into the Bidens, into Hunter Biden, et cetera, et cetera. Here's what that read. Quote, his son Hunter is active in the gas business in Ukraine, which will suffer if relations between Russia and Ukraine are restored, the plan said, adding that the disclosure simultaneously of these thefts of U.S. aid will render the current Ukrainian administration unable to contest the so-called peace deal. Oh, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Republicans, you want to ignore this? You want to ignore these ties? You want to ignore the money that went to this guy, and again, how they're tied together, how they have business deals together, and you can see it more in the report that I will have linked in the description here. Yeah, I mean, kind of undermines their entire case, because the guy who dished all this so-called evidence against Hunter Biden is actually connected to a guy who tried to influence peddle Trump.